Okay, last week in our Cut Sew Grow Club, I was teaching you how to nest seams, and I had sewn one of my blocks very crooked because I was busy talking and teaching, and I promised I would fix it. But you can see this block, this is our seam allowance right here and right here, and we're still off. I have to fix this, and I'm like, I need to show you how to fix it because this is a consistently common thing that happens to us. We get talking or we get going in a rut and we don't pay close attention. Or sometimes even when we're learning, we just have problems lining everything up. So let me show you how to fix it so we can be ready for our club this Wednesday. The first thing I'm going to do is press my seam back so it's original, like I had just sewn it. And I'm gonna, I don't have to press the whole thing. I'm just gonna press the area where I'm going to do some unsewing. So I'm gonna press both sides to make sure we're flat. And then I'm gonna press this other side, keep it flat too, okay? So now this seam and this seam are ready to be unsewn. Again, it's this seam and this seam. We're gonna start with this seam up here. And this is why our seam rippers are our best friend. I have several. I have this one. This is by Clover. This is a good one. But my favorite one is the Seam Fix by Gypsy. The reason I like it, and I'll show you what this rubber tip is for in just a minute. There's several ways to unsew. I like to go like every second or third stitch. I know there are some people online who say to put your seam ripper right here, keep that red ball up, and come at it from inside like that. I prefer to just go this way. I haven't mastered that other way to seam rip. Sometimes it gets a little tricky to get a stitch, especially at a seam right here. So kind of have to find where the seam ripper will. I'm going to take this down just to give me a little bit of workable room beyond this seam. Okay, now I can turn this over and I can lift up this thread back here and just pull the threads out. They usually pull in a big long string. And now I will take this end of my Gypsy seam ripper and I'll carefully brush all the threads that are left over off the fabric, so I don't have to sit and pick at them. Okay, now we'll do our other seam. You can see all the little threads on this side probably better, and I'm just going to sit and brush them off so you can see how they come off. Now we have our block that's crooked, all unsewn, and I can sew it back in and line it up properly because I've given myself extra room. If I wanted to, I can also press this seam again. But I'm going to line this up. This time I'm definitely going to use pins. And now I can sew. Press my seam now. So it's got to go, let me see which way I need it to go. Yep, it's got to go this way. Whatever fabric is on top when you press, that is the fabric that will make the seam allowance go the way you want it to go. So it's going to go this way. And when I press this open, that seam will now be going the same way as the other seam. You can see that it's all lined up the way it was supposed to be originally. And now I can just nest it properly. Just get that nested in there right there. Get all those lined up. I'll put my pins in and sew it down. I'm going to cut this extra string off that's hanging off this set right here. And now, because I unsewed clear to here, we're going to just sew and make sure I get several stitches overlapped right here. About like that. And as long as I line them up so you can hardly tell that there's any overlap, I'm very happy with that. And it's time to press our seam open and get ready to sew the whole quilt top together. Right? We have to fix our problems because they just compound everything if we don't. And I just am lifting and pressing with the iron, keeping my fingers out of the way. And there we go. We're all fixed. So now I can put this in the rest of the quilt. Thanks for watching.